Ready. Play.
It's 2 match points for the Belarusian. After quite a scrap.
Match point.
And it is Sabalenka who takes the win. 6-3 in the third. I feel almost like that's a bit harsh on Pavlyuchenkova. 6-3 doesn't really reflect how close that second set was. That third set was, sorry.
I mean, the match in itself was just crazy. I mean, Pavlyuchenkova, though, once that final twist did go the way of Aryna, it did feel quite tough for her. And that's now 2 deep matches in tournaments that Pavlyuchenkova has lost out on. She'll remember the chances that she had at the French Open in 2021, obviously when she was in the final there, but here, of course, the quarterfinal. But both those matches will be sort of indelibly marked on her mind if she doesn't finally get over the line, which with every passing year for Anastasia does become more improbable. But Asil, I just want to get your thoughts very quickly on Sabalenka finally pulling through there.
I think, as we said with Ferguson and Basil, she kind of put herself in this spot, in this difficult position. But maybe it's also good at some point for a player who's top seeded to actually have to go some sort of difficult matches, because maybe when you're used to winning 2 sets to nothing, it becomes like you don't really put yourself in the pressure. But it's actually nice to see that even when she's in the rough spot or she's got the pressure, she managed to break and then keep her serve and win it. So it might actually end up being a boost for her, because at some point I was starting to doubt where the match was going, but she kind of sealed it to the victory. I'm not gonna say easy, because as Fergus said, it's gonna give this idea that the match was actually easy. Gavin said, but it's a good win for her. I think it's a good win, and it will also kind of help her against Badoza and the semis.
Yes, indeed. I mean, coming through is obviously the most important thing. And I do think sometimes it's just important to get through these matches, no matter how you get through them. On the flip side, Fergus, I do think that Sabalenka's form, even before this match, not that I was anticipating a close affair in the way it turned out, but Sabalenka's form coming into this match, didn't seem quite at the same level as it was a year ago. I think that was something that Basel was saying even during the first set when things looked very comfortable for Aryna.
Yeah, I think this is something that for Badoza to look at for the next round, and even if it gets to that point, Swiatek's looked imperious in this tournament so far, which is something you can't really say about Swiatek in Australia, but it has been. I mean, she's dropped so few games, and obviously she's had a I would say an easier draw than Sabalenka has, but this is Iga should be looking at this thinking, well, this is my chance to take a title in Australia. This is because before, if you look at the end of last year and how Sabalenka was playing, and if you think that she's going to, or even before the Oz Open in Brisbane when she won there, you were thinking, right, Sabalenka's looking like she's on for the three-peat here, and she's going to take it comfortably. But I would say that if it does get to the final and it's Swiatek Sabalenka, at the moment I would slightly favour Swiatek for the way that she's playing, for how good she's playing. So, but this is the sort of thing. You have bad games, and Sabalenka didn't play her best today, but she still came through 6-3 in the third. It's not like it was a third set tiebreak and it got really, really close. And she obviously showed her power and her quality.
Yes, indeed. Just having a quick look at some of the stats. There were 3 aces apiece. The double faults were there for both players, and not in an abundance, but maybe in appropriate times. But really, it was that second serve win percentage. I mean, throughout the match, Pavlyuchenkova only won 37% on her second serve. Aryna winning just 43%. I mean, it was a break fest during sets 2 and 3. And you mentioned that lengthy stretch. Aryna is up a set and leads 1-love. And I think we're all thinking, well, there's about another 20 minutes and we're done. Well, the match was a pretty quick pace, but we certainly didn't expect it to go 3 sets at that point. I'm not sure if Aryna had any look at Anastasia's serve at that 1-love juncture, but it was going to be quite a while, at least in terms of games, before she would hold again midway through the 3rd set. And it was probably that hold that Aryna finally managed to achieve that then sort of made Anastasia feel like, oh, hello, I've had 2 singular break advantages in this 3rd set. But when she was 4-3 down, it did feel like the mess that we'd seen when Basel left the stream and I joined. I thought, here we go. The mess is now probably going to be over for for Aryna, and we are going to go and probably see Aryna in that semi-final where she will play her friend, Paula Badosa. In the past, Asil, I've often found that this friendship that they have actually has kind of affected Paula more than Aryna when it comes to their meeting, for example, when they play each other. How do you think that this match will pan out? And have you got a prediction? Do you think Aryna will beat Paula or the other way around?
I actually think she always, as you said, she always had this advantage. And last time I was talking with a friend, we remember that match they played when her ex died, and they played a match right after.
Yep.
And my friend said something like, he's a French journalist here, and he said something like, you feel like Badosa is always this person who's gonna come and push Aryna forward, but she will never manage to overcome her or like beat her in some way. But I think, they're good friends, and I know in the circuit in tennis, it's different from all types of sports because you're actually friends off the court and then you face off. But I think that in the semi-final like that, with the 19 matches run for Sabalenka at the Australian, I don't think she's gonna let Badosa even think of beating her. She wants to try to at least go get that second title and play the final.
We will see. Listen, I'm going to have to get on because there's other things to do in terms of a small matter of a Carlos Alcaraz Novak Djokovic match on the horizon. Just want to say big thanks to both of you today, especially you, Asil, on your first appearance, at least for a watch along. And great to see you, and we'll catch up with you all soon.
Of course.
Cheers.
Thanks for having me.
Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.